What is going on, YouTube? It's Fearless here, and it's been a while since I brought you a gameplay with audio in the game playing. This is a domination game, I believe. That it's a public game on Modern Warfare, and so far I put about a day into the game, and I'm just gonna get my thoughts on the game and how it plays and how the maps are. This is one of the least favorite maps I have of the game. It's pretty much like, if you guys remember Gustav Cannon in World War II, it's pretty much the same concept. Instead of a giant train with a cannon on it, it's a giant bridge with ladders and stairs on it. I'm using the Bison, and it has a laser sight on it that's visible at enemies. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like the TAC something. Bison's not that bad. A lot of people are using MP7. Pros and people who play GBs, a lot of MP7s and M4s are the main two guns right now in the game. But the game plays a lot slower than traditional CODs because the maps are so big. In the past, you had small maps and medium maps with like two large maps sprinkled in there. Now it's large and medium maps with a few small maps sprinkled in, and I wouldn't even call them small maps because they're more of a medium map. The only small maps there are in Gunfight, and those are really small maps because they're meant for 2v2s, which are fun to play as well. And this map, the maps in this game are not the best. They're actually probably the worst maps I've ever seen in a COD, and I've been playing since Modern Warfare, probably before Modern Warfare, first Modern Warfare. And those maps were good. It's just COD keeps on trying to evolve and please the newer players, and it doesn't work out because it's dissatisfying a lot of other players. It's dissatisfying the long-term players that are going to that want the game to succeed, but they are struggling to keep hold of the game because they keep on messing up COD every year. If COD keeps on going the way it does, I can see COD no longer being the game that a lot of people buy. A lot of people might switch to a new game, especially with Fortnite and Apex out. Apex is a really fun game. I find that game extremely fun to play. If I had a squad on it, I'd probably play it a lot more, but I recently been playing COD a lot because I love Call of Duty. My bread and butter. But the maps, yeah, the maps are just the worst maps ever made in COD. And there's rumors that Rust, Terminal, and a couple other ones are coming back. I think Shipment was one as well. And those would be nice to have back, but I feel like they should bring back, I think it was Crossfire. I feel like Crossfire would work really well with this game. Some of the other Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare maps, I can't call it Modern Warfare anymore because this is Modern Warfare. But yeah, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare. If they put some of those maps into this game for a DLC, and right here I thought I could jump over it, but apparently not. But if they put some of those maps in this Modern Warfare game, I feel like a lot more people will like those maps more than they like these maps. Because they're a traditional 3-lane kind of map, if not a 2-lane kind of map. But they're traditional Call of Duty maps that most people know how it flows. Most people know where the spawns are very generic. They can't really mess up the spawns on those maps. With this game, the spawns and headquarters are so randomized that it makes no sense. If you capture the hard point and hold it off, right, but then you die, you lose it, whatever, you're all dead, they're disabling it. Sometimes either you will respawn by the next hard point, and it puts the team that disabled it at a disadvantage, or they'll put it by now. I've been seeing it going closer towards the people who disabled it, which is weird because like you feel like it'd be in a generic location, and the hard points are random. There used to be a method between them. They're all random now. There's really no like flow or like rotation that you could get down and know to get to the next one, so you pretty much have to wait while it counts down for the next one to spawn up, and you're pretty much running around the map not knowing where you're going to be next. I could see that. I wish they would fix that as well. Another thing I wish they would fix is they have thermal scopes on the sniper rifles, but thermal can't see through smoke. And they said they've done this to make it more realistic. They made thermal not be able to see through smoke, which is its one purpose in every gun game. First-person shooter is thermal supposed to be able to see through smoke. That's what it's meant there for. That's what it's there for. But in this game, they said they made it not able to see through the smoke because that wouldn't be realistic, which I find odd. I feel like they just did it just because they didn't want that to be a feature in their game. And they had nighttime modes, and they figured that's what thermal would be used for. But on day of release, a lot of people were complaining about the nighttime modes, so they took them out. They took out the nighttime modes, and they would not fix the thermal situation, which is just mind-blowing that that was their excuse, is to make it more realistic. So they, you know, like, hey, and when you look through a thermal, it looks nice. The thermal scopes are alright in this game. They don't look bad. But when you look at smoke, it becomes the worst kind of graphic texture you could possibly imagine. So pretty much now what people are doing in S&D is if you smoke a bomb or a cross, there's no way to tell if either they're going that way or they're not going that way. Back in Ghost, when the smoke could see through, the thermal could see through smoke, my bad, you would be able to scoping with the sniper and be able to watch the cross. You'd be able to see if they run through the smoke, you'll be able to see if they're crossing, you'll be able to give your teammate a whole bunch of information. But now that can't do that, it's smoke's being highly abused in S&D. And then there's the thing that I wish wouldn't happen with the sniper rifles is they made it like a battlefield, pretty much. When you scope in with any long range scope or normal sniper scope, thermal, whatever it may be, the flashlight's on your gun. And your scope's like a big flashlight. I believe it's coming from the scope, but it's a big flashlight when you aim in, so you're a big light bulb, pretty much, on the map when you're scoped in on a sniper rifle, unless you're using one of the ACOGs, smaller range sights, which I wish they wouldn't do that, because they never did that in any other COD. So now, if you're playing S&D, let's say, I think it's Percadilly, the city map with the 3 buses in the middle, which is easy to snipe on, and it's easy to snipe across. If the other team can't see it, but I normally tried it anyways. That's what I normally do. I watch the cross for A. But say I'm on attack and they're trying to snipe the cross on me from defense. If I just peek a little bit and I see a white flashlight, I know they're watching that cross. I know they have a sniper, and now I'm just gonna smoke it next round, or I'm just going to pull out a smoke next round, because you can change your classes in-game so quick. Sometimes if you do it quick enough, that class will reset right away in that beginning of the round. Besides, if it's a weapon or something, if you switch out like tacticals and lethals, they'll switch right away sometimes in that round, and now I can just smoke it real quick and cross. And it's kind of like defeats the purpose of a sniper. But yeah, guys, so far I'd give it probably a 5 out of 10 right now, until they fix it. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Comment, like, and subscribe.